Good evening. For those of you who are here in Australia, it is good evening, and I'm Ros Boundy, Psychic Medium, bringing you just some card readings. Well, not card readings, but a demo of a 9-card spread. I thought, well, I'll revisit this. I just felt like coming on to the YouTubes and Facebook. I'm not quite sure which ones I'm on. I better just double check. It's one of the YouTubes and the 2 Facebook destinations. Oh, I must have deleted one of the YouTubes. That's a bit interesting, but that's okay. And this is where you can get my website, if you so desire, to have a personalised, more in-depth reading. I'll just put it at the front of the video and we'll leave it as that. So what I'm going to do is nick across to the table so that you can see how I've got what I'm going to use sitting here, and title Love Bug Blues. Lovely to see you here. So you found my Psychic Ros YouTube channel, which is great to have you, so hi. And at the moment I'm not doing the personal, the individual card pulls yet. I might do that later. It just depends how tired I get with how much I might be talking or not. So I'm going across to the table now, and I think I've got every space that I'm on here and working. Yes, I'm doing things a little differently, so it might look a bit different too. I'm just going to shift that across to there. Hopefully, as I'm looking that way now, see, it looks the wrong way. What I really need is to have that over there. Okay. There we've got, have we got it fully in the view? No, we haven't. I'll have to move the cards. So what I'm actually using is the mystical Lenormand deck for tonight, and it looks like my deck, my webcam is doing it a little fuzzy tonight. So I think I'm definitely going to need to upgrade at some point. So here we go. That one's showing the 6 card. I was actually wanting you to see the 9 card. And oh my, I did have this set up, so I must have bumped it. I just had them around the wrong way. Okay. Right, I'm hoping to leave that there. Then I can shift this over to there, so it looks properly. Oh, that's going to flare. That looks awful. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm just getting the cards out. Is it going to stop? Maybe it just doesn't like that. That's the background. So now that I've got that sitting there, I might put that there. We might shift this. Is it going to keep doing it? No. Good. So, not sure. Oh, I know why. I've got it zoomed in. Silly me. This is how it was supposed to look. Sorry. That's what you get for not double checking how I've set this out. And there are going to be some shadows. And now again, of course, it's flaring on that light colour. So there's the cover. I'm just going to put that there because it's easier. And I'm going to actually lay out the cards once I've shuffled them. Isn't it a beautiful, the back of the deck is really rather nice, isn't it? So I'm just shuffling them so that we can get them cleared. It doesn't like something there for some reason. I'm just going to shuffle them over here so it's not confusing the webcam. The vagaries of some of the technology, isn't it? So just doing a clear and cleanse, and then I'll just do a knock on them. That final clears them, and this is the cards we're going to use for this demo. Okay, just so, well, it's a bit of practice, and it's also some of the, actually I'm not sure if we can tell which way these are up. Lenormand doesn't have, so that's how that is. Lenormand doesn't have the cards in reverse, so you don't get them where you're reading them in reverse. So I'm just putting them down. So it's 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so you're getting the gist of that. Right, and I'm just going to put that there as far as how we're reading these. And then what we're doing, we will, yeah, it's not quite right, is it, the way that this is set up. So I'm just going to sneak this down here a bit more. Over there. It's not quite far enough in, is it? I'm going to have trouble reading that. So what we get with that, oh, I haven't got my pencil. Yes, I do. There's my Apple Pencil. So here we have in the first line, it's either shuffle and lay in this order or find the significator and lay the 4 cards before as 2, 3, 4 and 5 and the 4 after 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so that was what we've done, the 4 and the 4. The central card is the one that's significator, which is this one here, or the theme card. So for what I'm going to do tonight, it's the theme card, okay? So that is card 30, which is the lilies, I think. I need to get... It's a different deck, so I'm just going to need to get the guidebook out just to make sure the numbering is the same as what other Lenormand decks come up with. Just going to truth in story there. That looks better. So as far as the card 30 goes, it is, yeah, it is the lilies. So they stand for family. So our theme that we've got here is around family, family life, harmony and support. So that's the theme that we're looking at. Can also mean sexuality, but I think we've got to go with what is the general theme. And I'm going to place me in the middle here. Okay, so you can see all of the cards at once. I think might be the better idea, better option. And just move that a tiny bit down. That's, whoops, I did that wrong. I'm just moving the camera a little bit, give a better angle. That's better. Got the whole layout sitting there, and that's good. Okay. So now we've got the theme, and then we read them. Now from what this is going, what we do is from this small section, this can be a small section of the Grand Tableau, or you can do a reading like this that is just the 9 card spread as its own reading. Okay, so family, that's the drift we've got. Then the card 2 is the motivation of the issue. So we've got the motivation here being card 10, which is the scythe, because you can see that just there in the picture. Now, if I zoom in and give you the larger picture of them as we move around, I can show you in this way. Just means I've got to shift me across again. Makes it a bit awkward. So there's the scythe, and what it is danger is lurking where the tip of the scythe points. So danger is lurking in that anchor. We'll have a look at that shortly. But it's to do with the good cards nearby. Well, there is. It's just that because it's not the Grand Tableau, I don't read it as the good bad direction type thing. So you can if you want to, but the side tells us that something will happen suddenly. So it's like the way that you've got to use the tool itself. It needs a quick, swift swing to be able to cut the grass, the hay, the harvest efficiently and cleanly, so that what we're doing is putting our hand to that, and we are using that in its realm of the motivation. We're wanting to get something done. We need to get it done quickly, and with precision is what I'm getting with that one. So then we'd move on to this that is the anchor next. I'm just going to point that there. And that is our card. It's very hard to see it up there, but that number is a 35. Okay, so the anchor, it stands for work, and this one being read the red arrows for past, present, and future. So that as we as we look here we go. I'm pointing back to the summary. So we've actually got red arrows, past, present, and future, which means that's past, that's present, that's future as far as what we're looking at here. So with the anchor being about work, jobs, training, its stability, being able to hold firm, in some sense standing your ground. So we can know that whatever it is that we're going to be doing is present moment, it's going to be swift. So bring that holding your tool with that confidence. You know what you're doing, know what and how you are doing it. So whilst we can stand firm and do what we know, it's going to continue to get done very efficiently and with precision. Now, as we're looking at this, which is card 11 is then what is called the whip. And this one, they call it the whips. So if we look very closely at the card, I might just zoom that back in, and we can see. This is a little awkward, isn't it? We can probably see that there is more than, well, it's sort of more than the one. You can see in his hand he's got one that he's doing the self-flagellation, and the other one is probably considered a whip as well in the other hand. That's some sort of, well, similar action. It's this is where using your little guidebooks, because not that I do use them all the time for reading with, personal readings, personalised readings, but while I'm doing this sort of training stuff, I like to get the gist of how the author of the book has put forward their interpretations. And the more variety of Lenormand decks that you use, you get a better all-roundedness gist of what the cards actually are. And the whips is about getting things done. And, for me, it's the sound that it reminds me of when I was on a farm and we had stock whips that would crack, and you crack them behind the animals so that they'd move on. So that's what would be happening here. These I don't know. The way that they're interpreting this is that whips are about arguments or scathing disagreements. That type of thing. And if the card lies next to card 10, the size, there's an increased danger of accidents. Well, it's a little bit spaced, but it would seem that the interpretation is to be aware more around something that's a very serious argument of some sort, or disagreement, or something that's not going quite right. And in this instance, with the self-flagellation type thing that's depicted here with the priest, it's a chastisement of self for not being perfect enough, not doing what God wants, that type of thing, understanding that you're not doing things that God wants and that sort of thing. I'm not particularly au fait with the depths of the dogma with the religions that encourage this. I don't know the details because it's also something I don't agree with. And because whatever it is that you're doing, I feel that whips are about just getting things moving and moving forward with it, so that, it's usually a whip in the stock, with farming and the rest, that you are behind the animals you're wanting to get moving forward. So that's the meaning that I find for them when I'm doing that sort of reading, okay? So in any reading, that's what it would mean for me. But you can see where your own self-interpretation of what's happening is a lot better than following just a guidebook. So we're up to card 5 because that was card 4. And then what we do is read the red arrows for past, present, future. The corners are the orange arrows and moving from 2 to 9 to 2 to 7. So we haven't actually read all of these yet. In the past, present, future, the red lines, see these are the red lines. So I think what that's meaning really is this column that we read them in the columns first. There's no set way of absoluteness of how you do any reading. You can follow whatever pattern you like. And I'm just wanting to put this in a different context and different way of reading if you'd like. So if you're bringing this in truly as a past, that I would say that with the scythe, there has been a time where there's been that harvest, the work's been put in, and it brings forward that is going to be. Now, this is not a pig, it's just the woman. Card 29 is just the woman, even though there's a pig sitting there in part of this reading. So it's the more feminine energy that's brought a key being, that's really triggered something that's happened in the past that's opened a new doorway. So I would say that with this, it's whoever the influential woman has been, whether it's yourself or someone else in your influence, your circle of friends or family or colleagues, anything like that, there's that a person has opened new doorways for you to move forward into the present moment, which has included that is family, standing firm, finding the understanding of what the family interaction is, because the lilies is part of that influence that we've had. And it hasn't been, and it's not a lot being, keeping in mind that this is that present column, that in the energies that are around now, that it's got that feeling of the clouds, that storminess that is going to move on though. So whatever is something that's just not quite clear for you and feels a little bit chaotic, what I'd say is that, look, if it's not something that you're going to deal with, it could remain dark, but if it's, stand your ground and really understand the situations as they are, and that it will clear. But you need to have that communication, I feel, that sense of, understanding what the family role has for you as the teacher, the guide, and really that strength of what is a foundation, that standing ground, that being in the present moment. And that's what is the more important. Now, what we've got as far as moving into our future column, it's, getting things happening with the whips. It's not really that thing about punishment for me. That's not the way I interpret them. So I just plain wouldn't. Now, 21 is, which is where I'm pointing now, 21 is the mountains from what I remember. It looks like it, because some of these pictures are not quite what I'm used to seeing as a ideal way of demonstrating. What does this picture mean? Well, there we go. We've got the fan out from behind the sky with the mountain. So yeah, it is. So you can pretty much guess with some of it, but I'm not sure why it's got the yaks, moose. Don't know, they're a strange looking animal, being guided by a guide. But it could be the Himalayas, and it's a type of animal that is usually used for, carting stuff up there. I don't know, I've never been there. So anyway, there's mountains to climb. There's going to be some challenges happening, but it's going to bring forward that's successful, because with the fish as our bottom card, we're going to have that, the help from each other, a community or a school, because fish school, they will work together, they move together and the rest. And, we're going to be able to have that cooperation here without being on our own. And, we can be part at that single as part of the whole, okay? And being guided, open ourselves to being guided, whether it's by our deity or our spirit guides or whatever that we do use as our inner guidance, just our intuition, or whether we've got a special relationship with our God or Christ or Allah or whatever you would like to name as your well, like I said, deity. We are able to connect in with that is giving us that guidance, and it's not just as one fish by itself. It is with that schooling instinct, but we know that we can branch off by ourselves if we need to, but it's got that knowledge of the whole group as well, okay, and even just the singular guidance. Mountain is about some challenges, but it's certainly the ability to be able to move around any obstacle that we need to. And I'm just going to have a quick look what the fish card looks like. Gosh, that is just so hard to see the number on that brown background. I'm just going to have to pick it up and have a closer look. I almost need to have a magnifying glass on that because it's so hard. I'm just going to go through the list of what we've got here in the little booklet till I find it, because I can't read that number. It's number 34 and I can't read it. But anyway, it's the classical one. It really is the card for money and abundance. So we can know that whatever it is that we're coming up for in this respect, it is going to be an abundant and satisfying outcome. So that's that section that moves us to going through our past, present, future. Now the corners is the 2 to 9 and the 4 to 7. So in interpreting that, we've got the scythe connecting with the fish. So you'd see that this is a harvest that's been hard and worked for with our own efforts and everything, because it's a manual labour type of a tool, not mechanical, even though I know we've got mechanics and mechanical machines that do it now. We have been able to get the results of our work. You first prepare the soil, plant the seed, tend it while it's growing and get the harvest. It's a long haul rewards for the work that's been put in. That is, it's an abundance in a longer term, but it's something that we can share with the whole family, community, whatever way that you're looking at that is our, that the way that we live ourselves in our home space. And then with what we've got with the other corner, and these are the basic issues. So, we are looking around family. So it's being able to do things together. And with this, it's still that self-deprecation, it's still that keeps coming to mind with this particular image, even though I don't like it, but that's fine. It's what it is. So it's that is getting things moving and being able to use the key. We do need to be discerning in what we're opening or closing, because a key can lock as much as it can open. And I'm not sure what this particular meaning for the key in this booklet is. It indicates something that's 100% certain, so that we know the truth is unlocked with this. So when asked if something's going to be successful, this card should always be interpreted as a positive reply. So definitely whatever is being aimed for the abundance is definitely going to be working through the process to be successful. So that's how I'd interpret that. And that was the corners that we were looking at as the basic issues. Then it's the diamond. So the diamond is the blue arrow. So that is 3. What is it? 3 to 5. 5 to 6, and to look at 8 for the, which one's 8? Which one's 8? Diamond there, and 8, not the 7. So it's from 3 to 5, 6 to 8. So here we have the anchor that is holding us steady, and looking at this, it is looking at the internal or hidden aspects, okay? So being able to stand our ground and hold that energy of what is the feminine. So we are tapping into our feminine here and really using that stability to be able to keep forging forward and being able to get past whatever the obstacles are that we're facing within ourselves. So it could be that sense of self-doubt and not being able to, that we believe we're not good enough. But I feel that anything that we put up as our own self blocks, that we're able to also take them down, move past them, be able to have that cloudiness shift to bring us clarity. And that mostly is the stories we tell ourselves. But we are needing to shift that into what is our positives, because we've got the abundance and the key surrounding the cloud. So that clarity is definitely going to come into good, clear view for us. So that's what we've got on our inner and hidden aspects. And then we read the 2 to 4, the 5, 1 and 6, and the 7 to 9. So we're reading the horizontals, which is that story of the having the side there with our anchor holding us firm, having the the rewards of our harvest, and having that ability to hold that through, carry it through with the anchor holding us steady until we actually have that further action of the whip moving us forward. And this is for reinforcement. So it's holding up the story, reinforcing what has already been shown. With the woman is connecting, it's that feminine, I'm feeling it's the feminine energy of what are our ancestry type of thing, that connection of what are, your mum, your grandparent, your grandmother, nana, that type of thing, the lineage of the woman. I'm just trying to think, what is it? So it's, I can't remember the word. Patriarch, matriarch's the word I'm thinking of. So it's that system of the matriarch and being guided by that at the moment, I think, and having that energy of the feminine raise us up a bit to be able to move around and past everything there. Oh, something's dropped out. Facebook's come up with an error. Oh well, now I don't know what's carrying on. Ros Boundy business page has stopped. Oh, there you go. I'm still on with the profile. Interesting, the technology, isn't it? So we've got, that's an obstacle there. So it's something that has tried to block what I'm doing. Well, it's not going to, because I've got this on my software recording as well. So here we go. From what we're at now is the key, opening those doors, opening the doors to clear the way for making it clear what we're needing to do to be able to fully appreciate and take advantage of that is our abundance within that is our family space, because this central card is our theme. So that is effectively what our theme is. At what a 9-card spread can offer us. So look, that may be helpful for you. It may have totally confused you, and it looks like I have lost what connection I have on Facebook. I haven't seen any further comments coming up, so I'm going to finish that there. There won't be any individual readings from the look of that, card pulls. So then that's fine. It doesn't have to happen every Friday night. And I'll actually get it out there a bit earlier next time to publicise that I'll be doing them again. It'll be 7:30 Australian Central Daylight Time. Whatever time Adelaide time is in South Australia, that's the one that it'll be 7:30. Whatever, daylight saving or normal standard time, doesn't matter. So thank you for joining me in the replay, and for those that did watch as live, thank you. Oh, Lovebug, you're still here. Wonderful. Did you want to have a quick few cards out of that? I was going to photograph that. I won't now. I'll take a clip out of the video. So I can certainly do. You was looking forward to a reading. Thank you. That's good. I'll just move the cards out of the way. I'll reshuffle for you. Okay. Here we go. I'm just shuffling them out of the camera view at the moment. So, whoops. I'll do just a quick. Is there a particular question that you'd actually like to have an answer for? I'll just do a quick 3-card reading for you, if that's okay by you, rather than the full 9, because that takes a long time, longish time. And I'm starting to get a very dry throat already. Okay. And yes, thank you. Have you got a question that you'd like to ask first? And I'll put that into the anything on love. Okay. Right. I'm just going to clear the cards again. And anything on love for Lovebug. With the Lovebug blues. Oh, here's one that flew out at you. I'll just put this here and what's coming in for love. Where's my shared? There it is. Okay, so far that card flew out, and I'm going to put them up like this. So that card flew out. That's the first. That's the central one. So what's coming in for love? I'll just put that on the screen so that anyone watching the replay will know. And this is your reading. And others just miss out if they're not here. And that's okay too. Okay, so here we've got the woman and we have the dog. So that's interesting. So with the fox, I'm not using the guidebook. I'm just taking what's coming in intuitively. So with this, the fox, we usually do feel the energy of a fox as being something as a sly, manipulative, sly as a fox, that type of a saying that's very common. To me, it feels like it's now in this one, we've got it being depicted as a reflection as well. So in what way, with someone that may be coming in for you, regards to what's coming in for love, I would be very wary of manipulating situations. Now, whether that is you pushing and really trying to influence what is coming to you, and it's just but like a mirror, is it going to be something that you're pushing to have a particular type or character or looks or whatever as far as your desired coming love partner, that just I'm feeling that it's holding too tight to that control and wanting specifically something that is already in your sight as a particular, like I've already said, the character and all the rest, specifications, coming into specifications. I feel that and I'm seeing with these bare trees in the background, that will lead to something that is not fulfilling. I'm feeling that what you're needing to do is let that feminine influence, I'm just assuming here that either you are female or you're looking for female. It's bringing in that energy of trusting the more feminine side of what energies you're bringing into a potential relationship, and really letting it be as it's meant to be, for whatever form that new relationship's going to come in as and bring. Because with the dog, it's unconditional love is being generated, being shared, and it's not putting conditions on it. Obviously, with unconditional, that's what it's meaning. I'm feeling that there is more the dark, as in not dark energy, but depth. Dark for me comes from a depth of energy, so that the coming connection will be a deeper relationship that has that sense of trust, fun, and bringing with it the it's friend first. It's that absolute companionship rather than just trying to control and have what you want. Okay, be open to what spirit's going to be bringing you, or universe, or whatever label you want to put to how you receive your gifts. That is, what's coming into your life, that you manifest, or abundance certificates. I don't know. We all deal with how we attract into our lives differently. So I am feeling, let yourself be open to what is coming instead of putting that's already your thoughts and processes into it. I think let go and trust. And with that gentle nurturing factor of looking after yourself in the whole situation of relationship first, and just growing a friendship, and that itself will grow into a deeper relationship. Okay, and we've also got now, I don't know how to pronounce that, Dipika, one card for you. I'll do the one card for you. So I'm just going to clear the cards and shuffle them again and choose a card for you. Was there any thoughts on a question that you wanted answered, Dipika? And I've just turned over the top card of what was there on the stack. It's card 19, which is the Tower. You may notice that with that one, what we've got is someone in the tower window with all of those, they're not just albatrosses. These look like a pterodactyl raptor or whatever things they are. With this one, I am going to look up the meaning of this in the deck, in the guidebook. Excuse me. Excuse me. I have got a sore throat. Oh, thank you, Love Bug Blues. That's fine. I do enjoy doing these, but it has been a while. Okay, so this is the one card for Dipika. So the Tower represents the authorities. So it can also indicate isolation and loneliness. Sometimes it is an indicator of a separation that is yet to come, or of a long life. So what of those particular explanations mean the most to you? Because above all, it can stand for a person in a leading position who has a lot of power or influence. So that's the major definition or interpretation that this particular writer, which is Regula Elizabeth Fichter, I think that's how it's pronounced. I can't remember. I did have someone explain how the pronunciation of the name goes, but I've forgotten it. Feel what you see in this card, because it looks almost very aggressive. So it does feel like it's that sense of being surrounded, uncontrolled imprisonment, or it just feels like a constriction to me. But it does still have a door, and there will be a way out as soon as someone comes to open that door, or you can get the key, or one of these little creatures. If you imagine they're like dragons and they're going to rescue you, if that's the sort of energy and feeling that you're getting from this card. But considering it's the authorities, it's highly likely, I'm getting the feeling that you are currently dealing with an authoritarian type of institution that's connected with government issues. And it almost feels like there's some form of a licensing or a regulation that you're needing to sort out. And those little creatures there will move off and stop hassling you. I'm almost feeling like it could be at a point where you've got that as, is there something that's happening in the court at the same time that you're needing to get signed off? So whether it's just an agreement or whether it's something that's to do with contracts that have gone a bit awry. I'm getting that feeling, but it's more you who can interpret that for yourself personally. Okay, so that's what I've got from that one card for you, Dipika. Hopefully I've pronounced it right for you. Okay, so thank you for joining me there in YouTube. Very surprised, love, but that you had actually stayed for all of that little bit of a demo. And I'm hoping it was clear enough for you. I certainly do have my free community. I have started a very early days, a community that I'm in currently, that I've created currently, and I'm just going to put the link for that in the comments for those who would like to be a part of it. It is free. At some point, I may yet do a paid version of, a paid area for it, but at the moment it's just free, and that is in the comments section there as well. If you have any issues with joining in on that, do let me know via the messaging areas in Facebook or here. I'm not sure how it's done in YouTube, honestly, so you can certainly comment underneath this once I've finished as well if you need to. Okay, so thank you, and of course subscribe to the channel if you so desire in YouTube, and join me on Facebook and I think I'm on other places as well. Twitch. I don't do them very often. You can tell I'm hesitating. Used to do Twitch. I still have channels and spaces there. I'm on Discord. I do have Instagram, Pinterest, the usual, TikTok, but I'm not active in those. It's mainly YouTube and Facebook. Okay. So thank you for being here, and I'll look forward to meeting you again next week, possibly, or in the Reading the Cards with Roz community. Okay, so thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.